Hi, it's Anthony with Lighthouse Construction, and today we are bringing you on a brand new project here on Detroit Lake where we're taking you beyond the blueprint. So this property actually started with an existing home on it, but we've used some big equipment. We've got rid of the home, we got rid of the detached garage. So if I spin around here, we're pretty much left with a blank canvas to start from. So step one on a project like this is coming up with the design, working through all the permits, but now we're actually in the site doing some of the field work. So you see all these little laths around here. So let's take a look at one. What they are is they mark the building corners, but they're using offsets. So essentially what they need to do is dig the foundation around the entire perimeter of the garage and house. But it's hard to put a pin there and then dig it and the pins gets moved. So what they do is they actually locate this. This is a building corner with a 10-foot setback. So what they do when they dig the foundation and pour the concrete is they'll actually measure off of that setback, and then that will really create the perimeter of the home so they know where to dig. So let's take a quick tour of the lot here. The driveway is going to be coming in right in this space off the road, and it's going to lead to an L-shaped home. We have the garage portion on that side and then the main body of the house this way. Again, we wanted to fully utilize the width of the lot because on a lake lot, it's all about the views, and we fully maximize that with this design. So now I'm standing right where the front line of the garage is going to be. Let's take a look at the footings. So you can see I'm standing here now in front of the footings. So these are actually poured concrete footings. They're 10 inches tall, 20 inches wide, and that kind of acts like a snowshoe for the building. So you can see the ICF wall gets poured on top of that. This is an insulated concrete form. It's a really nice product because it helps to insulate it and act as the form. So there's no board forms that have to get peeled off this. The form stays in place and lives with the home for the rest of its life. And this really absorbs all the weight. So the roof trusses, walls, exterior, everything comes down to this footing here. So you can see if we kind of step back here, this creates the footprint of the building. So they've used a taper top. So this is at a 45-degree angle. That way your sill plate will actually sit flush on the outside of this, so that you can side and put your ground breaker flush against that home. So let's give you a little bit of a lay of the land here. This was the garage, or this is the garage area, I should say. This recess here is going to be where the front door, there's going to be a nice pergola accent feature that I'm standing in here. I'll hop up here, be careful of the rebar, step over. Now I'm right within the entry of the home. Over on this side, we're gonna have a beautiful little study sunroom area. So this will be a nice area, big windows coming in here, and then open up some French doors out to a hallway space. And then this portion right here is all gonna be kind of living room on this side, kitchen on this side, and everything on this side of the wall here is going to be master suite. So there's gonna be an exercise room on this side, nice large bathroom in between, and then the master bedroom is gonna look off to the lakeside. There's gonna be a nice gas fireplace right in this position. And you can see here, we've actually left out mechanical chases. So this is a kind of a good visual here. There's nothing that's gonna bear at this specific location. We've verified with the truss manufacturer. So we have this kick out so that we can run our ductwork in this space. Over here, we also have that there's going to be a door here. So there's gonna be a LVL header with studs, and that's gonna come down and bear on these walls so that we can have this nice open area to run all of our PVC ductwork underneath this concrete slab. So you can see we're now back at the job site. The seasons have officially changed. You can see we've got piles of snow here. Winter is in full swing, but we have all the concrete work done since the last time we were here. So we have that all backfilled, concrete poured, and the mechanicals are now in place for the underground. So let's start over here where the utility room is going to be placed. And you can see this is all the PEX line for the floor heat system. So the garage has floor heat, the house has floor heat with several zones for comfort control. This is where all of our main trunk lines are. Versus doing them in the attic space, we've opted to do them in the floor to kind of create the best mechanical system possible. That's that insulated blue duct. And you can see where we have our sink and drain lines throughout. If you look here and I kick back a little bit of snow, you can see this is actually recessed for a shower pan here. So there's several of these throughout the home, so you can have that nice curveless entrance into your showers. No need for a threshold on new construction. So all of our blue duct is in this space, and we've really started the framing process. So the first couple days of the framing process are really dedicated to laying out all your plates. So you can see we kind of have the bottom plate and the top plate laid out, the bottom being a green treat, the top being your typical dimensional lumber here. And we've started to frame out all of our headers ahead of time. So we're really kind of planning, and now over here you can see where they've executed on some of the beginning framing processes here. So this has a 10-foot sidewall to kind of create a nice elevated feel into the home. This, from about this line across is dedicated to the master suite area. So you can see here we've started that framing process. We did use an LVL header in this case on our bigger openings where there's more load. We use those headers, and you can see they've strategically placed the supply lines in front of the windows to help with condensation. And your biggest heat losses are typically out your windows here. So we've just started the framing process on this home, and we're excited to keep you up to date as we continue construction. Thanks so much for joining us on today's episode, where we took you beyond the blueprint.